Alright, I've taken care of most of my responsibilities for the day. My girlfriend is out playing Xbox in the living room, and I've been on a bit of a hot streak with recording these monster manuals, and I have very few left, so I kinda just want to knock them out and get as many of them recorded as I possibly can. There's something addicting about being able to have YouTube videos scheduled for like 2 or 3 months at a time in advance. What are we gonna get into? I won't lie, there's 1 or 2 of these that I would probably like to see, but I'm not gonna speak any names because if I do, then I'll curse the decision of the almighty wheel. Taking all bets. What is it gonna be? It could have been a worse choice, to be honest. Just gotta collect my thoughts before we go into this. Alright, so Kiryu is in the version 0.01 demo, which is currently the only demo that is out. It is currently May 17th at the time of the recording of this video, so if another demo comes out by the time this video comes out, I'm sure a lot of this will look stupid, but in that case, this is going to be a kind of window into the past to kind of know where my head was at the time of recording. I'm going to be completely honest. I have not played very much Kiryu in the version 0.01 demo. It's not because I don't like him. It's more so that Kiryu is kind of painfully vanilla. I understand why he is the way that he is in the demo as of now.
Why are you the way that you are? Honestly.
And likely how he's going to continue to be in the demos, but it's just not particularly interesting to me. I have a feeling I might try him more once the Tokyo S.O.S backpack skin gets added in a playable form, because spoiler alert, I know that that's one of his skins in this monster manual. Kiryu, I think, is one of the monster manuals that I gave a little bit more of a deep dive when they first dropped, so I kind of remember a few of the things. I will say, changing the controls for several of his moves made it a little bit hard to play him in the demo, and maybe if I play more, I'll get used to it a little bit more, but I found myself in a position to pull combos off against the computer, but not being able to finish those combos because in my head I was remembering the default control setup and what the moves were originally mapped to in the vanilla Save the Earth. But I have a feeling that's more of a muscle memory problem, and it's not a problem with the design of the character. I like the things that they've done. I will say I was mistaken because when I downloaded the demo, I thought that if you just press the buttons, he would just do moves like he would in the original vanilla Save the Earth, but if you held the buttons after they started playing out, that he would start doing the kind of machine gun fire. Maybe that's been changed, maybe the monster manual will show me otherwise, I don't know. Oh, and before I get into the monster manual, we're just gonna bring him back out. This is my SH Monster Arts of Kiryu, and maybe I'll try to outfit him with these guys. I just pulled his head off by accident. We can rebuild him. We have the technology. Got him! I got the backpack on both sides. I don't know why I ever took the backpack off of him. I have to close up the chest piece and hide his shame. You know, I should probably get a Mecha-Godzilla X Plus at some point. Maybe I'll get the Showa one, although I don't know how expensive those guys are. Alright, with this we will have cleared the entire first row of the monster manuals, minus of course Millennium Godzilla. Like I said, I might not do a manual on him, just because we had an entire ass presentation on that. Maybe by the time this video comes out we'll have trailers about other guys, but I don't really feel like retreading that ground. Yes, I did do one on Orga. Maybe that's a compelling reason why I should do a Godzilla 2000 monster manual. Yeah, I know it's technically Millennium Godzilla, get off of my nuts. Excellent render there. It looks beautiful. I haven't said this in any other videos, but I would like to say I'm happy that they changed the name of the faction from the Global Defense Force to G-Force. I feel like that's what it should have been to begin with. I don't know why that wasn't the case. Maybe Toho didn't let them use that. Anyway, as the Vortac War began, G-Force clamored to finish the third mecha unit that they began construction on years prior. This has interesting timeline ramifications. So, in the timeline of Save the Earth Melee and the Pipeworks trilogy before it, does everything start taking place prior to Godzilla against Mecha-Godzilla, thus changing the timeline dramatically from there? If so, that's interesting. There was a lack of monster attacks for decades at a time? That has even more interesting timeline ramifications, because that means that there were years upon years without monster interactions with the human population. So how exactly far into the future are we? So if Kiryu was stuck in construction, does that mean that the Pipeworks games were its first outing of use in this timeline? I don't understand. The lore is becoming very confusing. Okay, moveset. I'm curious what this is going to say. Kiryu was manufactured by the JSDF, so... Okay, anyway, I'm gonna ignore that just so we can get to the moveset stuff and none of the lore, because the lore is starting to hurt my head. I do like that they fixed his movement speed during flight. That was a problem that literally every single flying monster had in Godzilla Save the Earth proper. He's a professional hit-and-run rushdown character. Okay, so maybe I'm just playing him wrong, because I tend to like the rushdown characters. Some of his combos are really fun to watch, especially if you watch that Moist Critical highlight video that shows many of the competitive Nasty Soft matches. You can definitely tell that Kiryu is a monster if you play him right in a competitive setting. I hope the Absolute Zero Cannon fires faster in Godzilla Save the Earth Melee than it does in the vanilla game. I feel like it's just a little bit too slow. Skins. Okay, so before I read them really, he has a full gamut of skins. Pretty much every single slot is filled, so unless they can go over the capacity that this implies, this is all we're gonna get. 2002 Arsenal. So I'm assuming that's his base skin. So the version 0.01 demo is technically outdated in that respect, because 2002 Kiryu is the skin that he has in that demo. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. I was hoping the possessed version would be a skin. We got 2002 Black Kiryu. I believe that was on some of the action figures and is a sort of kind of reference to the black Showa Mecha-Godzilla that was on Godzilla Island. I'm probably going to use the 2003 Arsenal skin most. Ooh, battle damage. That's kind of cool. Oh, cool. So the 2003 iteration gets the spiral claw. I wonder how that's going to affect his grab animation and the sound effects that it produces, because I assume there would be some difference there. Gundam. I think I have an image of that saved on my computer. Why did I think that was an Evangelion Kiryu? 2003 Black feels like it's a little redundant, but whatever. I mean, I'm not on the dev team. I don't know if they can add more skins than this, so it might just be for the ease of showcasing them on this monster manual, because 3 rows of 4 is a pretty neat number. EVA 1 Kiryu. There's been a lot of crossover stuff with Evangelion and Godzilla lately. I feel like that was an action figure though, so I'm okay with it. Dragon Zord. I mean, hey, the only way you would get that into the game at all is through a color scheme like this, so. Double Smash Kiryu, just like all the other Double Smash models. And then my least favorite Mecha-Godzilla design out of the main 4. Yeah, I'd count this as one of a group of main designs for Mecha-Godzilla at this point. I don't count the anime trilogy. I especially do not count Ready Player One. I really don't even count Singular Point. I am curious if the size discrepancy is going to be that big of a difference or that big of a deal. Other than that, I really don't have a whole lot to say. I feel like I've said most of what I need to say anyway. But I appreciate that the Tokyo S.O.S backpack form is going to be one of his skins. And I'm glad to see that they're going to have the drill claw in there, because the electrical blades got ripped off during Godzilla against Mecha-Godzilla. I feel like I don't really get super duper hyped for Kiryu anymore, mostly because he's in everything. Like, this version of Mecha-Godzilla has become so ubiquitous that it doesn't really incite hype for me anymore. And that's kind of unfortunate, but it's just the way that it is, I'm sorry. Anyways, you guys let me know what you think about Kiryu within the context of Godzilla Save the Earth Melee. Hopefully some parts of this video look stupid, because hopefully by the time it comes out, we've gotten more information. But I appreciate all your engagement. We've only got a few monster manuals left, about 6 to go, and I will see you guys in the next one.